Will had a conversation with him about it. And so now we fast forward to now, years later, he does it again. Will ain't forgot that. He going to do something about it. I mean, hey, I can't be mad at you if you've been pre-warned, even if it was years ago. You asked for it.
Yeah, it wasn't the Oscars that because he said because I went back and watched when he hosted the Oscars and he said that joke and he was like, and I was like, ooh, because they boycotted the Oscars. So it was just, and he made a joke about it.
I think
So
can you see the share, Erica?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
There we go. What's up, you guys? Thanks for watching the Purple Mic tonight. We are going live to talk about all things last night. We feel this conversation is a must-have considering it's dealing with relationships. Will and Jada, we are going to discuss it right here since it's a trending topic. What better than right here on the Purple Mic? If you haven't already, please introduce yourself to our main channel here on YouTube. If you're watching over on Facebook or Twitch, you can go to YouTube/Purple Mic and see all seasons 1 through 3, as well as our Instagram at the Purple Mic. So without further ado, my little co-host tonight will be Ben. Ben, you were sounding off heavy today on this subject.
So like I put the little in front of that. They're trying to spare somebody. You say little something, or your little job, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
You know what I mean? We just had a whole thing about masculinity and Jada and all this stuff like that. Now, I put the little in front of my name.
I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one because you really had a lot of thoughts behind what happened. So
yeah.
I'll let you take the wheel.
Okay, so let's just watch it first before we get into it.
This is watch quite a few angles so we can really gain the perspective of what happened. Do we have volume?
Can you not hear it?
Nope. And it's playing real slow.
Hold on a second.
Thank our viewers for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing well tonight.
Can you still not hear it?
Nope, no sound.
Yeah, I'm not sure then.
Check your volume.
Before you decided to share it, did you hit share your volume with the with everyone?
I thought that was automatic, but well, let me see.
It depends. Well, you can share your computer volume or whatever.
Welcome to the Purple Mic, live and direct.
Oh, there it
Our
is.
motto is, we ain't scared of you, mother.
Bernie Mac. All right, so let's try now.
Guys, for being patient with us while we get this underway.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
Can y'all hear now?
Yep.
Can y'all hear that? Okay.
Jada,
all right, do it.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Clearly he laughs.
Yeah, he laughed at first.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay, Ben, can you pause it?
Will Smith.
Did that not look fake to you guys?
Well, this is the thing. He definitely walked off smirking. And he immediately looked at her. Like he smacked him, immediately looked at her. And I'm interested to see what her reaction was after that. Like, did she smirk like, oh, okay, yeah, or whatnot? That was what's interesting to me.
Man, let me ask you both this question. If a man is walking up on you, are you literally just gonna stand there with your hands behind your back when somebody's coming for you?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think Chris Rock, nobody expected this man to slap him on national TV during the Oscars on stage.
You wouldn't
so
feel
I don't know.
Way if a man is walking up to you.
And honestly, it looked like he was about to lean in, like he was expecting him to say something in his ear or something like that. That's what it looked like to me initially. And I'm like, okay, but to your point, if we on the streets, oh, we squaring up. If you walked up on me like that, we squaring up in the streets. But we're on national TV. It's the Oscars, the largest stage to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, thespians and actors and things of that nature, and all things production. And this man slapped this dude on national TV.
Right.
You know, that was unexpected.
Can you play from the top?
Say it again.
Can you play it from the top, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I just want to see it one more time.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Terrible joke. Absolutely horrible joke.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow.
He thought he was gonna get a 2-piece. He was waiting for that second one.
Will Smith.
Is there a sound effect go off? LaShawn?
Yeah, it's out.
Did you hear a sound effect?
I mean, I just heard when his hand, hit him, not like a sound effect, but he hit him.
Yeah. And it was crazy. Like he was like, once he got hit the first time, you saw Chris like jerk because he thought he was gonna hit him with a 2-piece. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was gonna get a 2-piece and a biscuit on that. So I don't know.
But to think about it is about Chris Rock's background. He just got diagnosed. I forgot what he got diagnosed with, but he does not recognize social cues. So him walking up to him, getting ready to hit him, he wouldn't have known that he's like most men would be like, okay, yeah, this dude finna, he finna score up. Because how Will Smith walked up. But he has a disorder where he does not recognize social cues whatsoever.
So he on the spectrum, man.
Yeah, he just got diagnosed with that because he didn't know. So he does not recognize those type of social cues. So yeah, he may have thought, okay, he walking up here, he's gonna say something. But as far as he wouldn't have recognized that. Like, not
see, this thing. So in the large, like if we're looking at the macrocosm of principles that are at work here, we all, as Black men and really Black people in our Black community, we know that the Black woman is the most unprotected woman in America, in the world, right? That's what Malcolm X said. That we talked about that plenty of times. So a man protecting his woman, I would never judge a man for protecting his woman at all, period. And I'm not even judging at all Will for what he did. You know what I mean? I can't say I wouldn't have done the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, there's just been so much going on with regards to like Black men not being, demonstrating protection for Black women on so many levels. And I absolutely get that. I'm all about being a protector first. I think that's our first duty, our first principle as men, is to be protectors, right? So I don't have any issue with that. Just the principle of protecting your woman at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's admirable that a man would want to protect his woman in that way. Where I'm in the fence with all of this is that, I'm looking at what was the real motivation behind this, because if this was Dave Chappelle, let's say, would he have done that? You know what I'm saying? If this was Ricky Gervais, let's say, you know what I'm saying? Like, would he have done that? If all the stuff that happened with him and Jada in the past 2 years, had that not happened, would he have done that? Was this motivated purely by him protecting his woman or by him protecting his ego? Because he's been taking a lot of shots. And the thing is, my biggest thing is that I don't feel like Jada has, validated his manhood enough. As a matter of fact, she's been the biggest proponent of tearing this man's manhood down, or maybe not, directly, but indirectly. Like, most of the stuff she says about him in the public space is all negative. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it seems like he's gonna break down at some point, because like the tears, it just seems like something else is going on. And it doesn't mean that someone can't be human and cry. I mean, even though they are all professional actors, I just kind of feel like something else is going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. I don't think violence is ever the answer, and especially in a professional setting like that, amongst peers and on national television. That, to me, not only seemed fake, but the tears it was just like, what the hell is going on? This is a hot mess.
So let me ask you this. So Erica, you feel like it's staged then, is what I'm understanding.
I definitely think it's staged. I don't think it's real. at all.
I think it was.
I don't think a man is going to stand there with his arms behind his back if he sees somebody approaching him, and then you just talked about his wife, and he's speed walking up to you. Anything is possible. And then that sound effect that went off when he hit him, and then you just go whop, and you just come back forward. No, it didn't seem real.
I don't know. It seemed real to me, but it again to my earlier point, I think that Chris didn't expect that to happen. Like nobody, like if you saw the memes with people's faces, like everybody was in utter shock. You know what I'm saying? Lapita was just like, man, Lapita was a G.
But I think this like was between, I don't know, like maybe the three of them, or it was staged, period. I don't think that the audience actually knew what was going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, but my point is that, what's interesting about it is like, when I think about when dudes will settle some stuff, you know what I'm saying? We always say, hey, let's take this outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't tear up the house. You take this outside. You know what I mean? And so for me, there's a part of me that feels like this was a take this outside moment. Now, another part of me is like, like if you're going to check a dude, you're going to check a ninja, check him in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So the hood dude in me, you know what I'm saying? The West Side in me is like, hey, he did what he had to do. Another part of me, maybe a more mature, civilized, possibly, if you wanted to know that, is that part of me is saying like, nah, bro, you wait till your speech, then you have some words back. Or maybe, you say, hey, you walk up to him and say, hey, let's meet me outside. Maybe you say, meet me outside. Wait, maybe you yell that out instead of saying, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Maybe you say, okay, well, meet me outside then. I don't know. It's a lot to that, man.
There's definitely levels to it, but the thing is that at his level, at both their levels, you don't do something like that in the public eye. That is definitely something that needs to be handled behind closed doors or behind curtains. You are Black excellence. Okay, so
absolutely.
you have to check your behavior. Okay, the joke wasn't that serious, but obviously he was defending his wife because she has a
medical condition.
Yeah, medical condition. So that's
right.
Understandable. You're making fun of her medical condition, but yeah, you got to take care of that behind closed doors. That shouldn't have been on display, because that just becomes, unfortunately, black on black crime for the other people to talk about. Is they see, no matter how much money they get, they still ninjas. That's what that becomes.
So what are your thoughts on that, LaShawna? Because we talked about this a little bit earlier about,
come on, girl, with the fresh hair and everything, get laid out on the table. Look, just give me a little fresh hair on this one. Give me a little fresh. Give me a little silky. Give me a little silky. There you go. Give me a little silky. Give me a little silky. The Hawaiian silky. What that is? That's that Hawaiian silky, huh?
I can't. Okay, so my thing is this. I get tired of the narrative. Oh, there they go acting up for them black folks again. I mean, for them white folks. And my thing about it is this. I feel like he did what he had to do in that moment in time. He felt like he was justified and he felt like he was right. I'm looking at this just like at this particular situation that happened outside of all their marital woes, whatever. Just this particular situation here that happened. He felt like he did what he needed to do. He needed to protect his wife. He felt like that was something that needed to be done. I don't like the narrative of the whole thing. They acted up in front of these white elite Hollywood people in this type of platform setting. Trust me, there's a whole lot of shit that probably went on at the Oscars that we don't know about prior to all of this stuff. At any Oscar, any Oscar thing, it just so happened that this was live. Granted, I feel like he should have done it? Honestly, I do. I feel like he should have.
That's that West Side, Shawty. We West Side.
It's just me. It's me thinking of, if that was me and that was said about me, regardless of the fact if he knew about my condition or not. And my husband saw the disdain on my face. And I felt like, and he didn't do anything at that moment in time, I would have felt like he was not protecting me. I did not feel safe with him. I probably would have got up and walked out.
Because that's what was in the video, and she's right. That's what was in the video. You saw Will laugh, but Jada didn't. So when the camera panned off, when the camera panned off, he must have looked at her, and that's what provoked him to get up.
Because you have to think, because and then even for a person like that, for Chris Rock to do that when he made a documentary on Black women and their hair, to me that was just a poorly written joke, period. You made a whole documentary on Black women and their hair and how significant our hair is to us, and you know what we go through for us to have our hair to either be straightened, for us to be okay with our hair being natural, being short, being long, wearing weave, not wearing weave, whatever. You made a whole documentary on that. So you, out of all people, should have known how important it was for her to lose her crown, so to speak, which is her hair, and for her to cut it off. Like, she's just didn't cut it off for no reason. Not that low anyway. Yes, she's wear her hair low before, but not that low. Not that low. And so for Black women who do have to go through that and have to go through alopecia and things of that nature, it's a very devastating type of thing, because you're looking at your hair literally falling in clumps, falling out, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing. So for her to have to embrace her hair and embrace her not having hair and embrace this autoimmune deficiency that she has, that's a big thing. And if he didn't know, that's fine, because I read that he did, he honestly did not know. A lot of people knew, but he didn't know. And her head was on full display. So that's my whole thing. So regardless of the fact, like I said, I don't like that whole narrative, they cutting up in front of these white people and they're elite and whatever. So what? They cut up all the goddamn time, no matter what, which is why I try us every single fucking time at any damn place, because they know we're not going to cut up. And sometimes we have to cut up to let them know, just because I'm Black don't mean I won't cut up in front of you. Period. And then for me, it's not a Black on Black crime. It's a husband protecting his wife. That's all it is.
That turned me on. Y'all know me. I was like, ooh.
You want a thug ass nigga anyway. That's why you want got down.
And that's the whole thing. I just feel like children and wives are off limits when it comes to jokes like that. They're off limits, and
that's the crazy thing. His kids were there. They showed post pictures. The whole family was there. Even the eldest son was there.
Yep, everybody was there.
So so again, man, so that's why I'm still say what?
I thought it was sexy though, just the whole act. I mean, not the violence, but the fact that you would stand.
No, you like the violence. You like that he chose violence. Got to back up.
Only you would see that and get a little moist.
You like the nigga.
Listen.
He chose violence.
Anyway, so I'm like, we can bring theatrics to the Oscars. Maybe then people will watch. So maybe they're onto something. But it was kind of dope seeing a man stand up for his woman like that. I was like, okay, I'm here for
that. So let me ask you this: had he not slapped her, had he just be like, "Hey, keep my wife's name out your mouth," would it have been the same?
No.
You like the fact that he went up there and slapped the taste out of this man,
because if you heard what Tony said that he already was warned one time before, and he was warned one time before.
That I wasn't privy to.
He was warned one time before in 2016 when they boycotted the Oscars. He made the joke was like, he was like, it's just like me being invited to Rihanna's underwear. I wasn't invited, and he threw that shot at Jada.
Hold up, we said something about Rihanna's underwear being invited. I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. Can I go to that $1 billion panty party? I'm sorry, I heard Rihanna panties.
Yeah,
I can put two and two together.
That's definitely a party we want to get invited to.
Right.
I want to go to that party. When we're going to the Virgin Islands. I'm just trying to figure this out.
That's like getting invited to the grotto.
Hey, right. That's what I'm talking about. That might be where heaven is. I just want to know, we got tickets? We going? The Rihanna panty party?
We'll think
Maybe
about it.
my
We'll do our best to try and get you there. Okay. We'll watch
Please.
this Tony.
Look, can I get that for my 43rd birthday, please?
Sure.
so again, so it's the fact that he slapped him.
He was warned.
So can I understand? So the original warning, then he made a joke about
On
Rihanna.
site.
What did Jada
On
what did
site.
Jada come in on that?
On site. He already had told him, keep my wife's name out your mouth one time before, 2016. A couple years ago. Who cares? He meant what he said on site.
Well, I guess my question is, am I delayed, guys?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't, not on my end.
You want to think of yours? Let's see what happened after he got slapped.
I think, well, the video I have right here, they cut the sound on because this is the live one right here. I'll try to find the other one. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that was weird because when I watched it, the sound went out for a little while.
Look at Lupita's face. Her face is like, okay.
There's no sound.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Let's go back to after he slapped him.
Yeah, the sound went out because that was live. So the Oscars actually cut the sound out. They cut the sound out
because of the profanity.
Yeah. So, I'll see if I can find. Hold on, let me stop sharing real quick.
He should have ran Will Hood after he slapped him. He should have been like, "You gonna be my bitch now?"
I love Lupita Nyong'o's expression.
Yeah, she was so poised, shouting.
Yeah, she was just so graceful in that moment. Love it, love it, love it.
All right.
That's wonderful. Will, let the West Philly come out.
They need
born and raised.
Think about it. They have been going through so much in their relationship anyway. Like back, for the last 2 years, their relationship has definitely been on display. Things have been said, and and everybody's like, "Oh, she cheated on him and stuff." She didn't cheat. They were separated. They plainly both said they were both separated. And they don't even view it as her cheating because they felt like they were separated. And she needed to work on her and he needed to work on him. And that was in space and time, you know what I'm saying, when she was in the entanglement.
Famous words, the entanglement.
The entanglement.
Viewers at home, feel free to chime in with your comments so that we can include your comments here on the Purple Mic. If you are watching and we want to thank you, please subscribe. So, Lashana, if you were in a situation like that, how would you have taken that? If that was your man?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
If your man did something like that, how would you feel in a moment like a situation like that?
She gonna take him home and she gonna wear him out. She gonna just give him all the goodness. She like, baby, you went and did that for me. Go ahead. Take a look. Take a hand. Look. Take a handful of my good hair and wear it out.
Look at that.
Grab the bob and weave. Excuse us for one moment. After you get bob and weave. Excuse us for one moment, okay? We'll be back. Excuse us for one
Come back, dress be all on backwards and everything.
Like, excuse us. Okay, we'll be back. Go ahead, go on up there and get your thing. Come on here, let's go. Bring it with us. We can give you your let's go. We can play with it. Let's go.
Ben, any luck on anything?
Yeah, I think they've been scrubbed. I think they probably scrubbed it because I haven't found any ones with the full one like we had watched earlier.
Yeah.
Only time I found them is when somebody they either DV, like they record. You know how you can watch the Oscars later, like the next day on demand or whatever. If someone recorded it.
Yeah.
That was the only way I was able to hear, like the whole city. Like right after he did it, he was like, damn. It's like Will Smith just lost the shit out of me. Like literally, he made a joke after it. Right. He made a joke after it. And everybody started, laughing. And so I was like, so this nigga made a joke. But it goes to his condition. He does not understand social cues. Those things it's important to understand social cues.
When did that happen? Like, when did all that start? I've never heard about that.
He found out probably like a couple years ago when, I think right after he divorced his wife. He's been in therapy for it.
Got it.
So we're gonna talk about the other mental illness deficiency in the world.
Yes.
You talking about Kanye?
Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. We might as well just go on ahead and attack the elephant in the room.
He didn't pull in the old players. Got Steve Harvey and D.L. Hughley and all this. Got the old players in there. I don't think Steve Harvey got it in, but I think DL still got a lot of hood left in him, and
DL got a whole lot of hood left in him. A whole lot of hood.
DL Hughley?
Yes. Yeah. He still got a whole lot of hood. You see all those tattoos that man got?
I'm waiting for Kanye to pull up on DL because I'm like, that's gonna be entertaining right there.
What happened with that? I'm confused. I don't know what we're talking about.
So Kim Kardashian put it on that boy, and he just lost his mind.
Okay, I think I found one that has. The full thing.
Pretty much.
That's the short version.
Hold on 1 second.
What with DL?
No. So Kanye was married to, and I think he still is married to Kim Kardashian. So she decided she didn't want no more of his foolishness. So she said, "I wanted a divorce."
No, I'm saying, what does DL have to do with this? You guys brought him up.
Kanye threatened him.
He didn't threaten him.
Yeah, Kanye threatened him.
Well, Kanye did threaten him because he went on Vlad TV, and so the question was asked, like, how do you feel, about the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian situation? And so he just felt like it's wrong what he's doing, like him stalking her, doing all this other stuff. It's wrong. He shouldn't be doing it whatsoever.
Right. Oh, okay.
And so, so Kanye ain't like that. So he went for his. Well,
yeah. Okay. Then
he called it what it was. So
right. He called it what it was.
Yeah, he called it what it was. I can't be mad at him. He said point blank. He said, if that was your daughter, and would you tolerate that from her? Would tolerate from him? I mean, yeah.
Right.
Hey, he kept it real.
Got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Get you some of that.
If you are watching at home right now, please chime in the comments and let us know your thoughts so we can include you in the chat. Lashana, your thoughts? You are widely tangent. What are your thoughts?
Again, just like I said, I feel like he told him. Look, 2016, he already had told him keep my wife's name out your mouth. Look, on site. You said it again, on site. So he gave it to him on site. Like I said, I just still feel like he should have. That was a poorly written joke. Really, nobody laughed about the joke. Granted, Will did, like for like a split second, but it was.
When he looked over at his wife, it was like,
yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so first of all, I hate the fact that why I say it was hard to watch. I hate the fact that Will was put in that situation in the first place. It's his night. You know what I'm saying? This was his night, shouted, and both. I think it was two things. It was two things at play, or several things at play. Number one, the joke was terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't talk about nobody's medical condition, especially like let's say you know Jada had lupus, and she was like, let's say she was had some fluid retention. You know what I mean? Are you gonna and are you gonna make a Professor Clump joke? You know what I mean? Like that. So that was it was terribly. It was poorly written. It was terribly done. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. You know what I mean? Number two, I absolutely think that the fact that Jada has not validated his masculinity in the public sphere kind of drove him to feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Why does
Folks
she have
think
to
that folks
validate
think
his
because
masculinity in a public sphere when she's his
and
wife? But not
well
only that,
but that's
she wants.
why
But
because she is his wife.
but if I do that to you behind doors, if I stroke your ego in public, I mean in private, and I'm there for you and I'm supporting you on your biggest night. Why does and that's the thing about it.
Because she emasculates him in the
At
public.
everything. No, I'm not looking at whatever's in the past. You have to disassociate that from everything else. You have to look
You
at it
can't.
for what it is at this moment in time, because you have to realize they've come a long way from their, through their marriage. They were separated. She's even said those things. But if you go back and watch a lot of the things that they do now, you can tell she tells him, "Thank you, I adore you, I love you." I want to look all of that stuff up. She makes sure she's trying to be there for him now. Granted, back then it was not, and she was talking about her past, and I'm trying to figure out how can everybody continue to try to hold somebody in their past. That's not cool, and that's not okay, because you have to realize where she is now. Everybody has to grow. Because they both said they
Without
married young.
question. Without question.
They married young, so yes, they have grown in their marriage. And granted, there's some messed up stuff that she did in her past, in their past, in their past, in their marriage, and there's some messed up stuff that he did. Now his stuff didn't get aired out. He told
Absolutely.
his
Oh
stuff
yeah, without question.
himself, you
And
know, and
I heard he ran through. Oh yeah, I heard he ran through a lot. Look, he
right,
ran through like he got his. I ain't ain't
right.
no denying
So
that.
my thing is
But that's not even.
again,
But see, that's the thing. It's not even really just that though. Like the last thing I remember Jada saying about Will, and this was in the last few months. You know what I'm saying? When she was talking about how he doesn't please her mentally, physically, and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Like you all again, like it seems like every time that she talks about him in the public sphere, it's always semi or of very much emasculating. Like I don't see her repping her dude. Like I think about when I think about a woman repping her dude, I think about what's the sister's name that had the show and she had to go off on Wendy Williams. So she did it kind of real. She did it real like with a lot of grace. The woman that said something about Wendy Williams said something about her husband and her finally getting on the platform and getting him off his job. I forgot the sister's name, but anyway, when I think about a woman like repping her man, I think about that sister who, when they're out and she's talking about how amazing he is and everything like that. I don't hear Jada talking well of Will in the public sphere. You know what I mean? Every time she talks about him, or every time there's any kind of connection between the two, it always seems like it's emasculating, or she's critiquing him. It's not like this. It's not to where she's like raising him up, like I see a lot of women doing for their husbands. And I think that those are types of things that play in a man's psyche. I feel like he is trying to vie for her respect. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the public sphere. It's one thing to be in closed. I totally agree with you. Behind
So is
closed
that
doors,
what you
yeah,
think the
definitely rep
slap
me.
was? Is that
I
you
think
think that was motivated
I
by
think
the slap? Do you think that
that's not.
motivated the slap to
I
try
think
to
that was. I think that was.
get
I
some
think that was
praise?
a large. Absolutely, I think it was a large piece of it. I think the foundation, of course, is like you protect your woman. We all as men want to protect our woman without question. But I think the fact that what he did was motivated more so by the fact that he was trying to vie for her respect. But again, he laughed at first. He looked over at her, and granted, Will is obviously a very emotive, very he's a very empathic person. You have to be that good of an actor. You got to be able to tune into somebody, to your character, to the emotions and everything like that. So when he first heard it, it didn't bother him. He looked at his wife and he empathically felt what she felt. You know what I'm saying? And that's what motivated him to do that. And so just in and of itself, I absolutely agree. Like, you have to, you feel what your wife is feeling. But I think the fact that he walked up on stage and slapped the taste out this man's mouth on stage, I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, you know what? She probably looked at me like, oh, that's why that's what I'm talking about right there. I don't even respect you in the first place. So he's like, oh, you know what? Let me go get some respect, because I guarantee you, or I won't say I guarantee you, but my thought is that if the things that happened prior to all of this with regards to Will being emasculated in public, or maybe him possibly feeling emasculated in public, had that not happened, I don't think he might have escalated like that in that moment. He literally sacrificed his moment for his wife in that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong with sacrificing for your woman. Without question. I would sacrifice for my woman as well. But to escalate it in that particular way, on that venue, I don't know if that would have happened had some other things not happened prior to that.
Right.
So, Erica, you've been silent. Let's get you in on this, young lady. How are your feelings toward the whole situation?
She's still hot and bothered. She hot and bothered by it. She's still trying to. She need a fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we got to stop playing that video for her. Then that's what we got to stop doing.
Yeah, because the way he just did his little stride up there, and pow! I was like, okay. You know, I don't condone violence ever.
but I'm very much turned on by
it. So romantic. But I love the walk. The walk was so sexy. It was like a male catwalk. Like, I'm about to kick your ass, even if it's fake or real. Come back.
Only on the purple mic will the host, the very traditional host, be the one who gets moist during a violent act on TV. Only the purple mic does the host of the show get a little moist during an act of violence.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it's being blown out of proportion, or like
definitely. It definitely is.
Her attention or her respect or whatever, because you don't know what they've worked out in their relationship. Like, I didn't see the video, and I know we talked about it before. I didn't see the video where she said he doesn't please her, and I went looking for it. I did. I didn't see it. So if you can play it, then we'll have something to talk about, because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the video where she talked about, how
come on, Ben, go find the video. Go find it, Ben. Come on, challenge accepted. Go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
But I will. But
I don't feel like doing no deep dive into all of that. But I mean, if we have to, we will.
But you brought it up though.
That's in a public space. No different than like the whole alopecia thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard her say about the alopecia thing. Like, I didn't.
But I know that and considered a medical condition. Like, I mean, okay,
it's autoimmune deficiency.
Okay, but no one knew that. Like, that was not general, like, public information. So maybe
actually it was. It's been on public information. She did a whole show about it. They did an article about it. She announced it. Everything.
So whoever writes his jokes obviously didn't know. I just feel the whole thing was rigged. I think it was entertainment.
And that was the other thing I felt. I was like, so realistically, did Chris really write that joke, or did somebody else write that joke for him?
He wrote that, and everything is pre-written and pre-scripted. They already know what they're going to say. I think
he knew whether he wrote it or not. He knew what he was going to say. It. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if he felt that there was, he could have changed it if he needed to.
Another thing too is Will Smith is working on I Am Legend 2 right now, which is going to be a box office smash. We know that. And that's soon to, like, I guess it's like his next big role with Michael B. Jordan. So I don't know. A lot of this stuff, going back to the whole Solange Beyonce thing, the elevator fight, all of that stuff is all PR. I don't know what to believe when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment. That's all it is. That's what they were there for in the first place, to win their Oscars for their role playing. So I don't know what's real, but at the end of the day, they're going home with their millions of dollars, and none of their checks are coming to my mailbox. So
so true.
But we want to thank our viewers for tuning in. We just want to chime in tonight. All things love, sex, relationship. We thought it'd be fitting here on the Purple Mic. If you haven't already, please head on over to our YouTube and subscribe. And we want to thank you guys for sharing the night with us here on StreamYard, Facebook, and YouTube. We'll see you guys this Thursday. Oh my God. I quickly want to thank Tony for interviewing me yesterday. We have a special episode coming this Thursday, 9 p.m. on YouTube. Hope you will tune in. Getting to Know You series we're doing with the entire panel. I'll be introducing Purple Mike to all of you, telling you the origin of Purple Mike and allowing you to get to know me a little bit more. So tune in Thursday. Thank you for joining us tonight. And everyone have a great night.
Good night.
Don't be nobody's bitch or Will gonna show up.
Go Willie South Philly on them.
Mhm.